Hello everyone, and welcome to Orsha with the Spearhead cast on the Eastern Front with me, Matt. But before you all here on, as I mentioned, Orsha, a map I've never seen before. It is pretty big with a lot of little buildings here, a little bit of a destroyed patch. I think this might actually be from the campaign. I think this is from the single-player campaign, the vanilla game. Very intriguing. Like, very big map here with a lot of terrains. Like, do this little lake here. Lots of little fields. And a large area up here. And this battle has 4 victory points. This victory point game, by the way. And we got an Eastern Front. Let's go for the players. We'll start. Oh, wait. It's on the Eastern Front, so we need to turn like this. There we go. That's better. My bad. You can really feel like being out of practice, can't you? We sent the Soviets today on the assault. We had Mthis 19 straight at gate with Tank Destroyer. We have CS, also Czech probably, as Artillery Division. We have Big Master Fry as Shock Division. Finally rounding out, we have Commander K as Rifle Division for the Soviet Union. And they're like separated, so 2 players are separated on either side of the river, while 2 are in the center here for the Soviet side. Soon it will be the same for the German one. For the Germans today, we have Mthis as the Wehrmacht without a command church yet, rushing over this bridge here to get to the front line. We have Archon as Panzerjäger Tactics for the Waffen-SS. We have Orkon as Mechanisierte Tactics for the Waffen-SS. On this last flank, we have Maverick as Panzerdivision for the Wehrmacht. Moving up the railroads here. Very intriguing map, this one so far. You have this large hill here. So that's going to be very difficult to push up on. I don't think you even can push through this way. There's mostly going to be a lot of fighting in the little passageways you can see. Like around this trench area where the Germans are quickly set up. But so it's now advancing. This is the Eastern Front battle on Spearhead, so we might see a lot of action. And he's managed to push up the sappers down here. Great loss though, but looks like the Grenadiers are quickly moving into action here. They've gone for Infantry Division. Needs to secure these points though, they're not getting anything out of the sub at the moment. Somebody's moving up to support against the conscripts. As they succeed in doing so. The Germans need to secure the back line here quickly. Both sides are controlling 2 victory points soon. As this is a 4 victory point game, this is going to be very different than what we're used to. I've never seen this map before, but it's very big. So I might miss a lot of the action, and I apologize for that. Like I have this little ruined train bridge here that the Germans are trying to hold, both from above and in between that way. I guess that's the only way through. I guess you cannot move down the hill here. It's very easy for the Germans to bottleneck this area and hold. And just keep the pressure on to do it. So it's a gathering on the foothills down here. They're going to be having to fight a lot for this little town down here. Offensive gets slowly coming up. And yes, are being suppressed still. They're being shot in the flank of the Fonsaviki. And these are Fonsaviki, not conscripts, so they will do a lot better at fighting than the conscripts would. The Soviets need to push up further somewhere. The Germans have barbed wide off this little passageway. I don't think the Soviets have realized that yet, but they'll soon spot it. They'll soon spot that this area has been barbed wide off. They still get through though. They cannot. The Soviets need to break that pretty quick to get through. The Soviets just applying pressure up here to hold the line. You know, the Grenadiers of the Panzer Division is just holding the line here. So the sandbags the advantage as they're getting support from above on some SS units. So it's securing the back line slowly. They do need to get all the resources they can get. Once we get flanking the Volksgrenadiers. Those are the Volksgrenadiers against good shots off though. We lose out in the end. But more German infantry is moving up quick. I guess the Wehrmacht Infantry Division is going to have a hard time down here. They're bringing an MT-42 up. I see it's not moving yet. Looks like the Soviets are just going to use the barbed wire against the Germans. I'm not really sure that's a smart idea. I think they really need to cut through this. Get behind them. The Germans are trying to get to this victory point though, which is going to be quite risky. The Grenadiers are still trying with a lot of support from the Waffen-SS here from the high ground. Getting a lot of good rifle shots in. The Soviets are suffering heavy losses. And there's an MG-34 coming up. That's an MG-42, never mind. But I think the Soviets might actually have to pull back. The Soviets need to come through that barbed wire. Like, all the rifles from the high ground here is just to the Germans' advantage. As you can see very clearly. Damn, look at all the rifles. That's a lot of Kar-98 fire. And look at all the bodies of the Soviets here. So I tried to set the medic station back here, but might be a little too late at this point. The Germans are just breaking through. I don't think the Soviets can hold this for much longer. So the Soviets finally managed to push through down here. Finally made an opening. But Germans have set up an MG-34 to keep an eye on the area. They have fought ahead. But the Soviets just need to get through. Well, down here, the Soviets are trying to push them in the victory points. But they're trying to set this building ablaze. But they're trying to actually attack the ground here. Very cheeky from Mthis. I guess he feels he needs to do something to help his team here. It's a very hard position for the Soviets to be in. So the Soviets will be losing points as long as the Germans hold this northern one. Machine guns are being pulled up here by the Wehrmacht. They're going to just fortify the southern flank. Sturmgrenadiers on the top. Taking shots down, raining down here in the conscripts. Being very effective with those Sturmgewehrs. You would kind of expected them to be. Listen to the pillbox being set up here by the Waffen-SS. They're prepared to hold this position for a long time. You know, we have a commissar running here for the Soviets. Probably wondering why the situation is so bad here. So the Communist Party sent a political officer to keep an eye on the front line. Maxim trying his best to hold the ground here against the MG-42s. Able to pin them. Using this top window to its advantage.
Ambush camouflage now available.
But the MG-42 has to be careful where it positions itself. This is going to use this building down here. So let's bring up an armored car though. Maxim's being shot by too many angles now. Let's get out of there. Oh, that's a very bad door to use. I don't think they had another door though. So that's a dead Maxim. And we'll up here, the Dushka is trying to set up here. So we can bring shock troopers up. There's too many incendiary bullets coming our way. The Germans are well dug in. They even set up a sanitätsbunker on the front line. They really want this MG-42 to hold. Artillery has been called in though. 76mm high explosive. Oh, it's propaganda artillery, never mind. Oh, it's propaganda mixed with 76? That is cruel, damn. Very cruel of that commissar.
Stand ready, Kameraden.
We're just going to set up another bunker though. MG-42 might be cleared out. They're just kicking in on a good barrage off. Yeah, clearing it out. Also the T-70 arriving here. Soviet light tank. So down here looks like the Soviets actually managed to win out against the MG-42s thanks to the armored car. Completely missed that. Now these MG-42s can serve the Soviet Union. You can also use this armored car to replenish from, so the Soviets are in good here. They can probably take in and secure the points. That'll give the Soviets a lot more time to work with. Now the Wehrmacht on the southern flank is going to have issues. They bring up some Jäger infantry though. Also the shock army here with some scope SVTs. First squad, well, one scope SVT. All propaganda artillery going in. Also double mortars here for the shock army to have supplement. I think all the choke points are certainly allowing this to be a more artillery heavy map. Which will be to the Soviets' advantage, I think. There's also very little I can stop the T-70 at the moment. Oh, the mortars are just getting good shots in. Oh, it's running up to throw a grenade. Yeah, tossing a grenade out the hatch. Doctor was trying to get up closer. A little bit of a risky maneuver, but what else can they do, really? This pillbox is going to make it very difficult. Well, down here looks like the Germans are trying to assault again, but the armored car with its 50 caliber machine gun is enough to pierce through the half track. Can you even hit it? I guess not with the smoke, of course. Meanwhile, the Mthis is sending troops southwards. They want to get a hold of this victory point. But they are pulling back the armored car. Only makes sense. As soon as you just get out of there, they cannot hold that position much longer. The tank guards also being rolled onto the front line now. But the Soviets come getting onto the point. It will be nice to decapture the point first. And they just need to get the point into Soviet hands, but that will not be easy. The comrades are still taking hits. Being behind the tank for some light cover. From heavy cover, rather. The tank rifle hits T-70, but fails to do anything. The frontal arm of the T-70 is surprisingly well sloped. Point is in the Soviet hands. But the compressor squad does go down. Mattcasting is losing a lot of troops to hold this line, but it is in the Soviet hands again. So we are back to a stalemate. The Soviets need to figure out what they want to do here. As the Germans are just fortifying. But the Soviets playing as artillery commander, so he could prepare for a lot of artillery later on. He's also playing a lot of penal troopers for something. Pack rolling up here for the Germans. Wants to get rid of this T-70. Loading a shrapnel around here. Oh, very good, because the Germans are bunched up. Which makes shrapnel shot very efficient. Oh, Pack failed to penetrate. Lancing right off the front of that T-70.
AT-gun is ready for combat.
And now the mortars are hitting in. Now it's a bit of a stalemate again. The most will be on the north and southern flank. I think most action is going to happen. T-54 76s are starting to arrive.
Ready for action. Attention. Ready yourself for orders.
The German Wehrmacht is suffering too many heavy losses here. They've got themselves bottlenecked in there. We also have a Siscon rolling up here for the Soviet Red Army. The Grenadiers are trying to push out here, but immediately under a lot of fire. He's going to get shot out by the Pack. Just machine gun is getting shots in. Probably starts ready to oversee the front line again. Panzer 4 F1 is pushing out. Being very aggressive here. He's going to use anti-tank fragmentation. Goes going to use this explosive round. Takes out the cover of the Dushka, but the Dushka is mostly fine. I think that Sis gone up to the front yesterday. Vicky is going for it. Once again, Molotov instead in the Pack. Beating up the Pack crew. Structures are trying to fight down here, but they're being flanked by an MT-54. F1 pushes forwards again. Vicky is getting close for an AT grenade. I see they're trying to Molotov it. Oh, hit right on it. Lining it for a bit. We have another Siscon showing up here. Got a double Sis now. Immobilize the Panzer 4. One more shot should do it. So it's continuing. They're holding the northern points. And the south, the Soviets still fighting hard down here. The tank Jägers, anti-tank hunters doing their best here. Anti-tank guards. Rather. Also the penal troopers trying to provide some supplementation. Just adding extra numbers here for the Germans to deal with. Even a truck with full of Strafniki here. Penal troopers. Let's need to get onto the point and be a nuisance, really. here. Looks like the Soviets just keep bombarding this area. We need to get rid of that pillbox, which will not be easy. And yes, I'm ready for action again. MSR keeps going back and forth across the front line here. And he's going for it. Let's see each other. There must be smoke in the way. That did not red enough for us. That smoke is probably cleared at this point. Manskund's going to suffer heavy losses here. They do keep the Germans off the point. Oh, that Cisco is doing a huge job just keeping the Germans pinned down. They can't really get through that bottleneck. That collapsed little train bridge area is just too much. There's some Panzergrenadiers coming on the high ground here for the Germans, but looks like they're redirecting down to the bottom ground again, or low ground rather. We have a command half-track around to oversee the front line. Hang a barrage. Gonna be a smoke barrage to try and buy the Germans some time. But it's gonna hit, it gets hit by the Cis gun. The Germans are on the point. Tossing smoke grenades and everything. Some more artillery goes in. 476mm also going in with high explosive. Germans are unable to take the point, but they have decaptured it. On the southern flank, you have the Soviets trying to do another attempt, but they cannot really push up easily. Oh, never mind, we have the penal troopers coming up. That's a lot of penal troopers. And penal troopers do capture ground quickly. So you really can use it for contested points pretty well. They've been tossed in that position though. Being pinned down, but they should be able to secure the point with enough support. No, never mind, they just pull back. T-55 having a firefight with the Panzer IV here. Transport drives out the way. The Soviets do not succeed in taking the point yet. The northern flank, the fighting is still going on here. Germans are fortifying further on the upper ground. The Panzergrenadiers is doing their best to help from the overpass. The overpanzer, oh, not a panzer, T-34-76 rolling up here for the Soviet Union. There's a lot of packs set up there. So it needs to be cautious, yeah. Actually, I took out a good shot there on the T-34. Cisco opens fire again with high close rounds. Doing some good damage. What happens to the southern flank? Not much yet. The T-34 has to be pulled back again. The Wehrmacht and Waffen is keeping their eyes at this point pretty reliably. Because they need to hold that flank. As long as they can hold 3 of the points, the Soviets will be losing. Those are the Germans sitting with a flat gun on the high ground here, in case the Soviets get some air forces. Which is not a non-zero chance, depending on their commanders here. Until we've been calling on the Soviet shock army's positions. Lots of artillery, actually. Not even moving, that's not good. That's a little bit too late that they got targeted by artillery, I think. Oh, widespread, did not do too much damage though. Looks like the mortars are under fire. This system has done a lot of work though for Commander K, I will say that. We have flares across the front line, so the Germans have a better idea what's going on. They've also put Dragon's Teeth to cover this area here, so they are prepared to just ensure no Soviets go through this little underpass. Overpass, rather.
We are upgraded.
Germans fortified in the south. The Soviets are not really sure how to approach from this, I think. As more and more penal troopers being prepared by the Soviet Union here. Prepared to try and probably help take this point back if they can.
Ready to move.
It won't be easy. Having this bridge open is just allowing the Germans to continuously provide reinforcements. I think the Soviets need to see if they can push the Germans off and then blow up that bridge. It will severely hamper the Germans' access to support the southern flank. Because there's the Siberians now fighting here. Going to apply some long-range firepower here against the Jaegers. The specialist light infantry from both sides here. Doing their best to fight. I personally think that light infantry should get the same bonus in light cover as in heavy cover, but that's just my own personal opinion. But I'm not sure that's possible in the code to how to do. I feel like that would give light infantry a proper purpose. Like, allows light infantry to fight in rough, light cover terrain very efficiently. So it's been called in. Oh, just 76mm though. Oh, it takes out the pack crew though. The Soviets are not really geared up on assault force here yet. That's where the Fort headquarters to operate from. They have called in the Bulgarian forces, okay. There's some Bulgarian infantry coming up to the front line here now for the Soviet Union. Also the sniper team arriving here for the Soviet Rifle Division. Rifle Company. A sniper team, to be specific. And for J ramming here for the Mthis. Help hold down the front line. The Germans prepared more defenses here, more Dragon's Teeth and Teller mines. White Panzer German has been pulled up to the front line too. Panzer 4 F8 coming up behind as well soon, and a Panzer 4 F1. A stock F8 is what I was trying to say. A stock F8 is coming in here. Also the recons in here for the Soviet Union on the southern flank, but they get quickly getting spotted out. Have to pull back. Here comes the Panzer forces. Using SU-85 being prepared. Germans initiate their assault with stormtroopers behind. Siberians are waiting in cover though.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
But they got spotted. The Fighter Panzer is using high explosive rounds though, which is a very big problem here for the Soviet Union. This gun being hit on another flank. We also have a light infantry gun being pulled up here by the Wehrmacht. But the Panzer advances. I don't think the Soviets have a lot to stop this. Looking too good for them. Also, they're also being called on that Fort headquarters. Looks like it might be denied here shortly. Once we trying to get around the flank. It's here, grenade assaults to take out the Panzer 4. They die in the attempt. And it looks like the Soviets need to do another assault up here soon. Need to get troops under that point. That's lots of artillery going in. Might be an opening for the Soviet Union, but that pillbox is still causing issues. They cannot take the point in time. They need more troops. They just don't have the numbers up there at the moment. It's too well dug in. And it's not looking better in the south here, so the Germans need more units down here to hold the line. SU-85 is rolling up slowly to help deal with arm on the southern flank. But it needs infantry support. Just quickly scavenging all the wrecks they can find. Very good to see. There's some more resource to work with. Panzerfaust goes off. It's the SU-85 and destroys it. this is going on, though. The Soviets are finally getting onto the point again. I don't feel they'll survive for long. They need more smoke cover. They do manage to decapture the point, though. This will buy the Soviets more time. Those Sysguns are still applying some good attrition damage, though. It's continually hitting the German line. That's for command tank rolling up here for the Mthis. So it's just so many infantry losses here. Pretty intense. Let's see what the Serbs can do on the southern flank, though. They're slowly being pushed back. They're just getting more and more ground. They can get up to that bridge, though. They can also target it to destroy it, which would leave the Soviet plane on the southern flank here. Mthis completely on their own. Completely cut off. And that might be the Germans' plan. Who knows? Units are trying to hold the line, though. Up here we are more landing on the Soviet side. Oh, Germans trying to set up a flak gun at the front line. Probably doesn't work out. That gets cleared out there. We also have the crowd more keeping an eye on the point. When the smoke clears, that Grenadier squad should be in trouble. Yep, you can see that the crowd is just quickly ripping into them. Lots of shock troops being prepared here by the Soviet Union. They're charging for Stalin, which will give them some more time and ability to break suppression. Will it be enough for them to take the point, though? They're suffering heavy losses out there.
More of our troops have been lost.
Commissar's rolling up for another artillery strike. Oh, this is going on. We also have big artillery strikes on the southern flank here. The Serbs are just suffering too many casualties. It's going for a ramp. A little bit risky and didn't pay off. The Serbs are in deep shit here on the southern flank. And the Serbs on the northern flank do anything to change it, though. Oh, Mthis has Storm Pioneers getting onto the point. That crowd bow is not going to make it easy. And quickly just ripping into them. Oh, one machine gun gets split out there. And that sounds like a howitzer. The Germans have a howitzer somewhere. They have. They've set a howitzer very close to the front line. Provide support here. Yeah, I do not think the Allies can turn this around very easily. The Soviets are in big trouble. They're getting another issue 85, though. Will that be enough? Will that be enough? Teams obviously need to be careful. They cannot deal with that Boy Panzer. Especially not if they fire high explosive rounds.
Prepared for action.
The more Sysguns being pulled up here by the Soviet forces. That's a lot of Sysguns now. We have a whole Sys battery. Needs to be careful, though. That's of that German howitzer. Fortunately, it's not firing in their position at the moment. It pins down the Germans too much. Prevents them from pushing forward. So Artillery's been pulled in, though. Not sure what the Soviets are doing there. They need to quickly get back. We have a Soviet Capitan on the field. What can you do to push through here? Smoke grenade being popped there by the Germans. They're moving on to the points. Now here the Germans still trying to hold the line. He's a little bit more careful this is 85. The Germans have set up a good layered defense here. Oh, penal troops are getting around the corner here. While the spider panzer is ripping into them.
Send orders! Standing by.
Looks like someone has already called the GGs. Oh, is that assault artillery? Might be super heavy assault artillery going on here. And it's this scorched earth. Oh, it's never mind. It's scorched earth that's going on. So the basically the Germans will be targeted by Soviet artillery as into Soviet territory. My bad. I thought it was like a German assault ability going on. Soviets still suffered heavy losses. How can they turn this around? Yeah, bring up heavy mortars as the next thing. You can hear the Overwatch rockets coming in slowly. Oh, they're trying to advance here. Which might make them be targeted by Soviet Overwatch artillery. You probably don't want to push into Soviet territory while this is going on. You take out the Su-85 down there. Yeah, the Wehrmacht is going to suffer heavy losses in Soviet territory like this. They might have overextended a little bit too much there. It looks like most of the squads will make it out alive. They must be fine. That's it, the Soviets really need to up their game to turn this around. So another howitzer being set up here by the Waffen-SS. It's going to be a 15 centimeter rather than a 10 point... Is it 10.8? 10.5, 10.5, my bad. That's a very big howitzer. Immergrün, I think. And the Germans just spreading across the flanks now. Spreading to encircle the Soviet positions. The Germans are quickly turning this battle into their favor. That's a lot of Soviet infantry. He is playing a Soviet rifle company, so he can afford to do this. He gets a lot of extra bonuses towards it. But that is a lot of conscripts. The commissar is mostly dead. And I'm not sure what that mortar is doing. I'm not sure what Commander K is doing in that aspect. Just sacrificing them? Doesn't seem like the right thing to do. Might have realized it was a misclick. Oh, the howitzer is just hitting the Soviet positions. Oh, that big artillery strike just wiped out a bunch of the Shock Army's forces. They're looking good here, and down here the artillery being used by the Soviet Union, but I don't think it's going to do much. The breakthrough artillery strike. That's like no Germans holding the ground. At least not where they're aiming. Yeah, that lasts for a while.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Is that bugged? I never go now, it stopped. That lasted for a long time. But up here, the Soviets are just not able to do much. The Germans can just use the advantage of this map they can just use the terrain of this map to their advantage too much. Now the house is just hitting the Soviet positions. That's not looking good for them. We also have a King Tiger coming out behind us. What can the Soviets do?
You guys, listen to me if you want to live.
All the airstrike and artillery spam though. Kind of one of the issues with Spearhead, because the officers can just call them in instantly. That's a lot of strafing runs. That's a lot of strafing runs. Oh, that might be a commander ability actually. Strafing anyone that enters German territory. And that might be an ability. We barely get to see those. That's a B4. Oh! And with that B4, the Germans realize they probably do not want to go do like this. Yeah, Göring is off his meds today. Exactly. Looks like one Soviet player left at this point. That's unfortunate. We'll just keep it rolling though. Been a pretty good match. But the B4 is already causing massive issues down here for the Germans. The B4 is very dangerous. In case it wasn't obvious. This is a pretty damn big gun. Flying a 203mm round. I believe it was also known as, nicknamed a Stalin sledgehammer, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty powerful.
Standing by.
So the Germans still have armored presence down here. Even got a Jagdtiger in the field for some reason. Not sure it's necessary, but who am I to judge? And now the Germans just securing ground across the front line. And the AI is obviously going to start spamming units out, as you can see. Just to try and set a new forward headquarters back here, but I don't think it'll help them much. Yeah, setting up a very big AT gun just in case. Team troopers are trying to make an assault down here. Yeah, a little bit too bunched up, but what do you expect from penal troopers? Just trying to push forwards here. Yeah, been equipped with flamethrowers, though, so doing a good job as they get close. And they are taking care of the stock, though, by just burning it. A quick little hit there by the small sys gun.
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
Oh, that's not good for the Panzerjägers. The Peons was just slowly advancing. The Peons besides doing a lot of good work, surprisingly. That's something you'd expect from penal troopers. They're making it work. It's allowing the rest of the Soviet forces to try and push in. Oh, we also have Commander K dropping. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate because the Soviets are trying to do well. They were trying to push out on the point down here. Now comes all the German infantry. Like, honestly, very well played there with the Stavniki. That was really well done. You don't get to see that much. It was Stavniki play, but now it's just going to be AI service on the northern flank, so it's going to be quite somewhat of a cakewalk here for the German forces, honestly. At least for the players on the northern flank, but it's down here the players' action still is going on. Let's try and speed up time a bit to see what happens. Infantry advances. Fighter Panzer comes down there. Nothing too much out of the ordinary. But this has been such a good match, I really didn't want to waste it. When we are this far in. But honestly, it does feel like the Soviets can't really make a comeback anymore. The Germans have kind of won this, and they're also pushing up with the King Tiger north flank now. With the Grenadiers just advancing. If you get to this point in the game, and if you just want to rage quit, why not just ask your teams to surrender? Like, that's what I would say. But honestly, it looks like the Soviets have no way of coming back at this point. Germans just have the upper hand way too much. Oh, it's starting to get destroyed there by this Stavniki. It's really just wasting time at this point. Check and Mthis could easily just surrender at this point because I think the AI cannot vote. So basically, it could just be over at this point. But I guess they want to fight to the end for some reason. I don't understand why myself, but I'm not in that place, so I can't really judge. As you can see, the AI is not really good at playing the game, at least the mod. As a German, heavy tanks just overrun the northern flank here. Not really anything to stop them. You would kind of expect. But honestly, the Soviets could just surrender at this point. There'll be nothing wrong against them. Even just sell off their own E4 to move it close to the front line. I don't think it's going to help them. Yeah, because the points are really starting to run low now. And the armored forces of the Germans is just advancing. E4 does fire very close here. Take another shot here soon. Doesn't do much damage there though. And Tilly goes in. And there they surrendered. Took them long enough. Well, apart from those two people dropping and basically that being an issue, I hope you all enjoyed the game and all the slaughter we had around these overpass there. And this way we had a lot of bodies. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye!